Daniel is not seated with Christ in heavenly places. Daniel does not have the name of Jesus. That at the name of Jesus, every knee should bow, but you have the name of Jesus. So while you are there blaming God for not answering your prayers, you needed to speak to every evil spirit, every power, every demonic custom officer that is holding back your allocation, keeping it in their safe, in their warehouse. You need to break those warehouses by fire. I tell you, in reality, things will change. You need to go into Thanksgiving. We talked about it today. Knowing that you have a God who is a good God. That when you call him, he will be answered. You must learn how to persist in prayer until you get your answers. That's why one of the things I do, that I learn to do, is to pray for people's healing. I will keep on praying for you until you are healed. Even if I have to lay hands on you 10 times, if I have the time, I'll keep on praying, because I know I have a God that answers prayer. Because I have a confidence that if I ask anything in his name, he will do it. I can share with you examples. And the very common example I use for this is the one that happened when I was in school. I was the president of a fellowship, and a particular year, because we had what we call the strike now, I was able to witness 2 sets of, we call them pre-degree sets. These are people who they run a program that will allow them to come into 100 level the year 1 properly. So we call them pre-degree students. So while I was president, the result came out, and many of the pre-degree students who were our fellowship members, they didn't pass. When that information came to me, I was sad. How will I be president of a fellowship and the pre-degree students will not pass? We have to change that narrative. So the following year, a new set of pre-degree students came in, and we had about 30 of them or thereabouts who came in as pre-degree students to the fellowship. When they came in, I had a meeting with all of them. I said, all of you will pass this pre-degree. And I said, this is what you're going to do. Write out your names for me. So I have their names at the back of my jotter. So every single day, I am telling you, literally, every single day for almost 6 to 7 months. If I missed a day or two, it must be maybe because of some issue or the other. Every single day, I mention their names in prayer. Like I mention their name one by one. You don't guess it, you will pass. So the person you are going to pass, I decree on them every day. That is praying horizontally, not praying vertically. To pray vertically is to say, Father, I commit these students into your hands. I want all of them to pass. That is praying vertically. Now, after praying vertically, then I pray horizontally. Now, I begin to use my creative words to decree and align reality with the will of God. Just like at the tomb, Jesus said, Father, I thank you because you hear me always. Lazarus, comfort. Father, I thank you because you hear me always. Lazarus, comfort. Start to pray. You must learn that. So, one of the things you do in persistence in prayer is not to be barging the gates of heaven, because God is not against you. It is not God who is like the wicked judge you have to keep on begging and shouting at and pleading with to answer your prayer. No, it's not like the wicked judge. It is the Father's good pleasure to give you the kingdom. It is his pleasure to see you happy. He wish above all things that you may prosper and be in health. God is not the one holding back your healing. God is not the one holding back your job opportunity. God is not the one holding back your children. God is not the one who has not allowed your children to get married. The Bible says, the thief cometh only but to steal, to kill, and to destroy. I have come that you may have life, and have life more abundantly. Every time you badge the gates of heaven for that thing you keep on saying that God is here to give you, you are accusing him of being wicked, because he gave back to you. He has a responsibility. And the things you are asking him, he has them surplusly. So why will he not give it to you? The Bible says, Mark 11:24 said, whatsoever you ask, he said, believe that you have received it and you will have it. That's how it works. You must close your eyes and see in the spirit that what I have asked, I have received. And now that I have received it, I am on a journey of having it. And that journey is what? Horizontal prayer. You now begin to deal with hindrances. You speak your words to existence. That's how to pray. So every single day, I mention their names. Every single day. Meanwhile, when praying for other persons, you must get them in agreement. So I told them also, I wrote out a faith confession for them. I told them, you also confess these words in prayer every day. I will be praying for you every day. So when we meet and gather after church service, we repeat those words also. So we engage in that. I don't know if you understand how a school program runs. So they may have about 50,000 come in, and they will take maybe only 4,000 or 6,000. I am telling you that every single one of them passed eventually. Every single one, except one anyway. There is one who did not pass. But Out of about 32 or thereabout, if I remember really well now, about 31 of them passed, which is randomly impossible. Because if we have about 30,000 people that want to get into a program, how is it possible that about 32 chosen at random will be those that are going to pass? Is impossible. But then with God, all things are possible. That is the principle of praying. I went into prayer because I know I serve a God that does what? Answers